Welcome back. This is Dr. Eric Roden, physical therapist at Neurology Solutions. We have Lorna, a physical therapy assistant, helping me out today. She's going to be going through the movements while I explain all of them. This is going to be a supine routine, basically on your back, as well as a prone routine on your stomach. So something you could easily do either in bed, or if you have a yoga mat, or even just some carpet, and you feel comfortable getting on the ground. This would be a nice, easy routine to follow along with. Again, I always recommend that you consult with your physical therapist or trainer before trying to perform any of these tasks, because they know your specific needs, ailments, and any deficits that may prohibit you from doing these. So let's begin. So we're going to start with what are called knees to chest. Okay, very basic, makes sense based on the description. She's going to slowly bring the knees up towards the chest and then give them a nice big hug. That's going to round out that low back, maybe stretch into the glute area. Now what we're also going to do is we're going to wind up that spine from head to toe. So she's going to do a head tuck at the same time. So she's basically curling up into the fetal position, and then she's going to come back out of there, release the legs, and just relax for a second, take a breath, and reset again. Bring those knees up, give them a nice hug, and bring the head up. And everything's nice and fluid. You notice she's not jerking her head forward, the legs aren't plopping back down. It's nice and easy, and we're going to do 5 of those. So that's 2, bringing those knees up, head up. And again, if it's too much or it's painful on your head to do that, just bring your knees to your chest, that's fine. If that is challenging for you, you can grab behind the knees. You can use a towel, a stretch strap, whatever makes it easy for you to just get that roundedness through the low back, really stretch out that fascial tissue and that tension. All right, we're gonna do our last one here. And as always, really important to make sure you're breathing through these exercises. All right, so that's just kind of warming the body up, getting us moving. Our next one we're gonna do is called a snow angel. So just like it sounds, we're gonna use arms and legs on this one. So she's gonna slowly open up with the arms and the legs, and then come back to the middle. So we're just working in what's called the frontal plane. So it's called abduction of both the legs and arms. That's when you're opening up. And then adduction is when you're coming back together. And we're going to do again just about 5 of these. This is more of a warm up for the body, just to get things moving, to get the blood going. Make sure you're breathing through these. Good. Now we're going to move on to the bridging. So we're going to start with the single leg bridge. The reason why we want to start with the single versus the double is, well, they're harder and they require a lot more strength and focus. So with these movements, you're going to start in what's called a hook line. So knees bent, feet flat, back flat, arms at your sides. They can be technically out, whatever's comfortable for you. Now, the right leg we're going to start is going to straighten out, and it's going to be parallel with the left thigh, okay? Now from that position, she's going to raise her butt up into the air, trying to make a straight line with your body like a plank. And then she's going to come back down. Now you really don't want to hold that too long because you're at high risk for cramping. So it's just a nice fluid up and down. That's 2, we're going to do 10 of those. 3, always good to count them out, then make sure you're breathing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to switch sides. Now if that's too hard for you and you need to bring that leg down in between reps, that's totally fine. Take a breather if needed. We're going to move right on to the other side. Here we go. Up 1, 2. I'm going to have Lorna count while I start explaining a little bit more.
4.
So it's important that you really lift through the glute instead of the low back. So if you are starting to feel a lot of spasm or pain in your low back, that is your lie detector to see if you're doing it wrong. So really think about thrusting through the glutes more than anything. All right, you can do a little breather here. We're going to do another round of that. I really like the single leg ones. It adds a lot of what's called rotary stability. So we're going to go back to that left. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. You might be feeling a little burn there. I think Lorna is now. So we're going to go to that other side. We're going to finish off the single leg motions. She's going to start counting again. Now, if this is too much, if 10 reps is too much, cut back to 8, cut back to 5. Find a spot that is doable, but still challenging for you.
7,
And make sure, again, to breathe. Such a critical thing.
10.
Good. Now, you can easily do another round of the 3. We're going to actually move on to the double leg version, okay? I always like starting with the single leg because, again, it takes more focus, more energy to perform versus the double leg. So we're going to do, again, it's the exact same movement, but we got both feet nice, firmly planted on the ground. And we're going to do that raise up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now again, if these are way too easy, you could easily put your feet on maybe a ball. You could put them on a foam roll. There's a lot of ways to increase this. So ask your trainer, ask your PT, ask us. We're happy to show you some progressions of that. All right, we are now going to move on to what's called rolling in one piece, okay? Or other people will call it Superman banana, okay? So depending on the trainer, depending on who you talk to, they're going to name it different things. So this is working on our basically core strength, so this rotational mobility, and basically being able to turn over, so great for bed mobility. So we're starting in the supine position, arms are going to go overhead. Now you may not be able to have your hands touch like Lorna's, that's okay, just do what you can. And she's going to attempt to roll over onto her stomach without utilizing basically any segmental movement. So she's going to try to move in a whole one piece. Go ahead and try, Lorna. All right, now if you notice, she didn't really move much. She didn't push off with one leg. She used her core. And now she's going to attempt to roll back. It is not easy. That's why she's laughing. All right, and we're going to go back to that same side. So she's going to roll again. And immediately go back. And sometimes it's okay to use a little momentum. If you need to push off with an arm and a leg the first few times to do this, that is okay. She's going to switch sides, and we're now going to try it to the other side. So we're going to roll to the left and back to the right. And if you notice, she was a lot more successful on that side. That is pretty normal for people to have a stronger or more coordinated side. So don't feel bad if all of a sudden one side you can and one side you can't. All right, we are going to now move on, and we are going to go into what's just called a Superman. So she's going to end up on her stomach again. Now this is working, this is a pretty intense extensor strength routine. So this is working basically her whole posterior chain, neck, shoulders, glutes, low back, pretty much everything on the back side. So just like Superman flies, she's going to lift up her legs, up with her head, and lift those legs up nice and high. Now you may not get this high. You may barely be able to get your legs off the ground or your arms. That is okay. The goal is to attempt to get up as high as you can and hold and breathe. Whew. And we're going to try to come up again. Hold and breathe and come back down. We're going to do 3 more of those, and up and down and up and down. Last one, up and down. All right, so you just completed a nice supine and prone exercise routine with a little nice warm-up. Thank you, Lorna, for demonstrating. Again, come see us. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.